Hi, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for joining me. Thank you for trusting me to deliver these messages to you. If you are back again and you have subscribed, I truly do appreciate it. Welcome back. We're just going to do a little check-in for the sign of Virgo. So if you have sun, moon, or rising, or if you're just cross-watching for another Virgo, you are welcome to stay. Maybe some of these messages might resonate with you. So we're just going to dive right in here, okay? Now let's see what we have for our earth signs, Virgo. Let's see. And we're just doing a little check-in. Maybe something that you need to know. Maybe a message that Spirit wants you to know here. So let's see. Let's see. Give me something for Virgo. Okay, that one wanted to pop out. The Tower. Okay. Don't be scared. I know people are scared of the Tower. These two came out as well, so I'm just going to take them because they did come out. And it's the Hangman and the Page of Cups, okay? So let's see what we have here for you, Virgo. So, obviously, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, right? With the Tower card. Now, one thing I will say, and I will always say, is that the Tower card is nothing to be afraid of, okay? This might be a sudden change. This might be without warning. It might be, you know, like this big collapse. It can result in some pain. It can result in something being a little uncomfortable. However, sometimes these things need to happen. This is like the renovation card, okay? Picture you live in a home, okay? You live in a home, it's great, you built it, you know, you moved in, it belonged to someone else, whatever the case may be. It's your home, you love it. Something happens, it catches fire. Oh my goodness, what are we going to do? This was unexpected. Where are we going to go? For the moment, you are going to be a little bit displaced. You are going to go through a little bit of uncomfortableness. However, the universe is your insurance policy, okay? And because you have the universe on your side, working on your side at all times and working in your favor, they are going to make sure that your house is built from the ground up more than beautiful than ever, okay? Yes, you lost your home. Yes, it was unpleasant. Yes, it was unexpected, okay? And for a period of time, not forever, for a period of time, there is going to be a little bit of uncomfortableness. However, in the end, on the other side of that, you're going to have a brand new home. Better than ever. New kitchen, new bedrooms, new cabinets, new walls. Is going to be better than ever. And you might even say, oh my goodness, I didn't even know this is what I wanted. This is amazing. This is beautiful. But sometimes we have to go through a little bit of uncomfortableness to really see the beauty in things, okay? Now here you also have the Hangman, okay? And this is also about some loss as well, but most importantly, the Hangman is about self-sacrifice, okay? This is something you can't control. This is about making sacrifices for spiritual growth, okay? For some of you, it could be that something happened, and this is in the recent past, by the way. Something happened, okay, that really shook up your world. And as a result of that, you had to kind of really go within. You had to make some sacrifices. And this was all in the name of spiritual growth, okay? You had to really go within. You had to really kind of let go and let God, so to speak, with the Hangman. You know, I know Virgos are very analytical. Not that they like to control everything, but they almost always have an answer for everything. And I think this is your moment of saying, you know what? I don't have the answer. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it to the universe. I'm going to give it to God. That's what this card is. This Hangman, okay? This is wisdom, and it's self-imposed. This is not something that happened to you. This is something that's happening for you. This is self-imposed limitations, okay? This is you pulling back. This is you saying, I can't control everything. I don't have control of everything, you know? Let me just give it to the universe and see how things play out, okay? Then you have the Page of Cups. Bright new beginning. This is almost, pages are kind of like the Fool card. This is like a new beginning. This is just total optimism, okay? This is a dreamer. This is someone who's very imaginative. It's like that youthful energy. For some of you, I see tapping into your inner child. For some of you, I see you living again. I see you tapping into things that you used to love doing as a child. I see you tapping into areas of life that you kind of left behind as well. For some of you, I even see that you're reminiscing. Maybe you're looking at childhood pictures, thinking, oh my God, I was so full of life. You know, I love to do this. Some of you had a hobby that you love to do that, you know, you had to just put it down because life, you know. For some of you, it could also be a message, you know. It could be someone coming in and giving you a message or a gesture of love as well. And it makes you feel very good. It's definitely a card of like kindness. Maybe even some nostalgia as well, okay? This is also someone who's very intuitive. So I think for some of you, you're tapping back into that intuition as well. Maybe some of you do have gifts. You are light workers and you're tapping back into that. But I do think that something in the past, in the recent past, really shook your world up. And it kind of made you kind of step back and kind of be like, you know what, I don't have control of everything. And now's the time to kind of go on a spiritual hiatus, a spiritual journey. I just need to hang out for a bit, you know, and not hang out like hang out outside or something, but kind of like go really within. Okay, this is prophetic power. Okay, and it is a choice that requires contemplation, but again, it's self-imposed. This was something that you couldn't control, but this was something that you could control. Okay, this is something that you said, okay, I'm just gonna let the cards fall how they lay, you know, I'm just gonna give it to God. And then the outcome here is someone who's youthful, someone who's playful, someone who's optimistic. You know, this is also a message coming in as well, but this is someone who's creative. You know, they can be a little immature, but not in a bad way. I kind of feel for some of you, you had to loosen up, you know. I do feel that for some of you, you had to kind of let that playful energy come out, you know. I think for some of you, you took life a little too serious. And not saying that you shouldn't take life serious. I'm not saying that. But I think for some of you, this inner child is coming out. Okay, so let's see what else we have. For some of you, you are tapping into, again, old hobbies. I'm definitely getting a feeling of nostalgia. Maybe even like playing old childhood games, or maybe speaking to childhood friends. Just like a playful energy. For some of you, it could have been a hobby as well. Something that you really loved. I think for some of you, like a light bulb went off recently and you kind of remembered and was like, oh, wow, I do remember that. Well, I wonder whatever happened to that. Like something really sparks your brain again in a playful way. And it could be a message or something that reminds you of that. Like, and you're like, oh, snap, I wonder what happened to that. Why did I stop doing that? Or what was that about? Okay, let's see here. So, underneath the Tower, okay, you have the Chariot. So whatever happened with the Chariot, it was victory. You did overcome it, okay? Yes, it was sudden. Yes, it was a crisis. But now with some of you, it could have had to do with travel for some of you. For others, it could have been that your sense of control was taken away. It could have been that you felt powerless for some reason. Some situation in the recent past, with this tower and with this chariot, it took your power away from something. Or you felt powerless, okay? You felt like, oh my God, I just, what am I going to do? And I can't do nothing about it, okay? Underneath the Hangman, you have the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Now, this is someone who has worked hard. They're kind of like, they're tired, they're exhausted, but they're still going on, okay? You know, this is work, you know. And I think for some of you, while you were in that that Hangman energy, that self-imposed limitation that you put on yourself spiritually, for some of you, you could have I'm getting, for some of you, you really kept busy with work, okay? Or it could have been a situation with work, okay? Some of you could have either lost a job or quit a job too early, or maybe you felt like you wasn't seeing the benefits of it, or maybe you gave up on something. You was like, you know what, I'm not seeing the fruits of this. Either you gave up or you kind of just sat back on it, like, you know what, I'm just gonna give this a break. I'm just gonna let my eyes rest. I'm gonna sleep on this. I'm just gonna give this a break. For some of you, okay? Because this guy here, he's working, but he's also looking at the fruits of his labor as well. You know, he is tired. He is, you know, exhausted because he's working, but he is manifesting ideas as well, and he is seeing that his hard work is paying off as well. For some of you, you could have just dove really deep into your work as well. Like I said, you could have stepped back from something else and just really like put your head in the game as far as work goes. Underneath the Page of Cups, you have the World. Yeah, this is beautiful. Again, I feel like for some of you, there could have been a message coming in regarding some sort of rewards as well. Some of you could have moved as well. But this is a message coming in. Some of you might even get some unexpected money as well, just from out the blue, like you didn't even know where it was coming from. But this is guaranteed success. And I think with that, some sort of epiphany or message or light bulb went off for you, and you feel like, oh, I got the world now, because you went from the Tower to the World. So I don't know what you've been through, Virgo, where and it could have been the Mercury retrograde. I kind of feel for some of you it might have been pretty intense, and once you got, and it was intense, and once you broke out of that, you know, once Mercury went direct, things started to really make sense again. Now, although it was intense for some people, I kind of have a feeling for some of you, you kind of just stayed out of the way. I don't know if some of you do know astrology, and you knew about Mercury retrograde and some of the effects. I feel like for some of you, you kind of didn't really what's the word? I don't want to say entertain it. You didn't what's the word, Spirit? You kind of didn't want to do anything to ruffle any feathers. Like, you knew it was Mercury retrograde and you was very prepared. That's the word. You were prepared for it. Okay. I think for some of you, you were prepared and you was like, you know what? I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to make any decisions. I'm just going to do what I need to do. I'm just going to, dive myself in work. I'm just going to try to stay in routine as much as possible because I know now is the time for everything to just fall apart. Okay. And that's for some of you. You might have just really took a step back and kind of like a backseat approach with Mercury retrograde. And now that it's going direct, everything is opening up again. You're feeling more, I think for some of you, you're feeling like yourself again as well. You're getting back into like that playful energy, maybe even that creative energy, maybe even tapping into things that you loved doing before, that you kind of had to leave behind, or maybe you just forgot about it. So yeah, that's what I have for you, Virgo. If any of these messages resonated, I'm just going to give you a second to subscribe so that you can get more of these lovely readings. Thank you for that. And until next time, take care. Bye.